between music and delinquency. The coping system for America was a new style representing peace and love. This generation popularized the genre of music rock and roll. The beginning of the rock and roll era was disapproved by parents for some of its vulgar and obscene lyrics, phrases, and imagery. Teens were punished for associating themselves with rock music, such as becoming a member of a rock band or rebelling against society's rules. Though such debates continue, teens still dance and party. Rock originates from the African American genre R&B. Young black and young white teens would break segregation laws and color barriers. The Vietnam War took place between 1955 and 1975. In this period of time, wars happened too often. In the span of a few years, another war broke out. Teens in this generation developed a changed style to represent joy and peace. Rock and roll and R&B music were popularized genres of music at the time with a new beat and style. Rock was made up of a combination of country, jazz, blues, and gospel music. The first song to be deemed rock and roll was Caledonia by Louis Jordan. Made in the 40s, still jazz-like, using commonly used instruments in the brass family. Years later, Jordan recorded a song using an electric guitar, a frequently used rock instrument. Rock and roll originates from the R&B. Radio disc jockey Alan Freed would host shows showing this new manner of music and coined the term rock and roll, but not everyone's joyous about this new cultural change. Parents seemed to realize that their kids would rebel against them. Juvenile delinquency was on a rise, and so was rock music. As rock music was openly advertised, teens would often go out more. As rock became more popular, older generations had it labeled the devil's music. Most of the time, these people were religious, and the context behind their quote was racially motivated. The South had racially viewed rock and roll and not approving that the African Americans had created a successful genre of music. The younger generation found rock and roll to change the misery and constant of what seems to be a never-ending wars. Showing real emotion and true feeling through music was something that they felt deep down and connected to the music. Parents of the teens saw television broadcasting. Race mixing was a fear they had, but teens would dance together and have a pleasant time, opening a way to break color barriers in the South. Rock and roll played a crucial role in the civil rights movement in the 60s. Parents started getting away on newspapers and TV, having hundreds of people view their strong opinions. Radio companies would start refusing to play records made within the genre. Juvenile delinquency was on a rise, so was rock and roll. It was disliked by parents for being new strong because the kids disliked what they liked. The ways of the old generation did not benefit their liking. A long string of events happened in the late 50s. Elvis was drafted into the Army. His successor and Chuck Berry were off the radio for the scandal with a minor. The main rockers quit, and Alan Freed had been fired for a scandal that happened as well by that time. On February 3rd, 1959, Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper Richardson, and Richie Valens had died on a plane. The day was called the day music died. The rock genre has evolved with new sounds, and is much different from what it sounded like back in the 50s. Over the years, new types of music have been open to the stage, and older music was open to the audience. There are still many fans of 50s rock, but don't have massive exposure after years of being released.